What's a series of events that happens after that?
When he told me that Tommy weighed in 7 pounds heavy, I immediately contacted a gentleman by the name of Uday, who is the CEO of Global Titans, and I told him that he needed to be compensated from Tommy's purse, as well as I would like a rehydration clause. I didn't want Tommy to come in over 190 the day of the fight. He told me, and I quote, to fuck off. And so I sent screenshots of that conversation to the media. I reached out to Patrick English, who's one of the best boxing attorneys in the business. And I'm going to get my fighter compensated because he came in on weight, did his job, and in the contract it also stated that if Tommy Fury were to come in overweight, that we would be provided with another opponent, which we were not. He was then kicked off the card after we refused to accept. They offered us upwards of $100,000, but no rehydration clause. What I'm not going to do as a manager is to send my fighter in there to get hurt or killed. Not to say that he can't defend himself. However, there's weight classes for a reason. Now you're talking like heavyweight and a cruiserweight. We have a kid in a coma right now that just fought David Morrell, and they were the same weight. So I can't have that on my conscience. All money ain't good money. So what I think really happened was I think that Tommy Fury came in heavy, and they doctored up a new contract for Tommy Fury. And the local commission there literally told me, my bad. Oops, my fault. Like, come on. Like, what? In Dubai, it's commission for hire. So they'll just do whatever the promoter wants them to do. And they have no conscience and no care for the health and well-being of the fighter. So we're looking for him to at least get his purse and to be compensated on top of that because of all that he went through. He had to buy his own flights home. He had to find another hotel. And look at everything we're having to do in order to be heard.
So what's next for Paul Bamble? Will you maybe sign with Misfits Boxing here? Is that a possibility? Is that why you're here tonight? Or what's next for you then?
Hoping that I get to fight Tommy. That's still a thing. I know he has a payday coming his way with Jake Paul.
Ooh, what's good, family? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, I know I'm a bit late on this one. This happened about 10 days ago. But nonetheless, it was a true travesty, and therefore it must be talked about. Now, I'm sure people think, YB, you're a Fury hater, or Timmy. Listen, I give everyone respect who deserve respect. But Timmy Fury is a slime ball. I should have really got up the pictures of the weigh-in. Tommy Fury looked buff. He looked like a proper cruiserweight. And his opponent looked like a blown-up 160-pounder. And not only that, fair enough, it's one thing, yeah. Listen, if Tommy Fury is just buff, if you're buff, yeah, and you weigh in on weight, then you're just buff. We see it all the time. We see it all the time, yeah, where someone is weighing in at a certain weight and they just look huge. Even though they're the same weight, then that's your right to do that. If you're just a buff dude, then respect for that. What we ain't gonna do is have a buff dude with all this experience, Timmy. I'm the most bare knuckle fighter of all time, and I come from 20 years of bare knuckle fighters and whatever else. The most bare knuckle dude going in there with a man. What was it, 5 kilos? Lighter than him? And you heard there the allegations of a doctored contract. I completely agree. Timmy fumbles. Either way, whatever way you look at it, yeah. Timmy tried to make out, oh, I didn't know. I came in on the weight I was contracted to. Cut the cap. You think, you man, tell me what you think. Do you think it's always a coincidence? Why is it always Timmy? It's always something with him, innit? Jake Paul situation. It's always something. Jake Paul sent Timmy fumbles 2 contracts. Every time there was a problem. And then Timmy tries to spin that, oh well, yeah, even though I wasted 2 contracts, Jake Paul, and 2 opportunities, you're ducking me because you won't come to the UK on the last minute. The fuck? Where did they find this guy? And for me, it's all the Timmy Fury fangirls as well. They're weirdos. People are weird. And there was people in the comments saying, yeah, Paul Bamber's ducking Timmy. Timmy fumbles is the clear A side. If anything, clear A sides, they should be the ones giving stuff up in that sense. When you're having these low-level kind of fights, how can you be the A-side with 20 years bare-knuckle experience? How can you be the A-side with bare-knuckle oozing 400 generations, back-to-back consecutive generations of bare-knuckle fighters? How can you have that blood in your veins? And you're honestly trying to go in there with a man who looked about 10 kilos smaller than you. It looked to me like this guy here, Paul Bamble, was eating to get to that weight. Timmy looked full. Timmy looked like he hadn't even cut no water weight. In that sense. Timmy looked like he was just taking the piss, basically. Like he thought he'd just rock up. Yep, I'll get the promoters to change a contract and I'll just rock up. And it shows you, the thing is, the reason this is happening is behind the scenes, there's a lot of, a lot of friction in Timmy Fumbles' camp. I spoke to a few people in the camp, yeah, and the friction's coming from the fact that we all know Tyson Fury, yeah, has been performing well under Sugar Hill. Now, John Fury, who's got a huge ego and tries to make everything about him, obviously, John Fury believes he's a better trainer than Sugar Hill. And therefore, he sees what Sugar Hill's done with Tyson Fury, something he was never able to do, and he thinks, oh, I need to be able to do the same with Timmy. Because Timmy's fighting complete bums. Yeah? If Sugar Hill can get Tyson Fury to knock Wilder out, I should be able to get Timmy Fury to knock out bums. And because, guess what? Every single fight John Fury comes along, yeah, Timmy's going to knock this guy out. Every time he goes in there with a complete bum who's been knocked out 10 times before, Timmy can't do nothing with him. And that's why every fight, if you actually look carefully, every fight, they're trying to weight the scales in their favour even more every time. And this was the next step. Okay, not only are we going to have an opponent on 2 weeks' notice. Let's get something straight here, yeah? This guy, Paul Bamba, had 2 weeks' notice. Not only are we going to get a guy with 2 weeks' notice who's really a 160-pounder to come up to 175, we're also going to just rock up to the weigh-in and be 8 pounds heavier than a guy who already isn't a 175er. I swear, you man need to see the pictures. You must see the pictures. You must. Tommy Fury weigh-in. You must see these, honestly. And I'll give Timmy Fury credit. He is buff. He is one buff dude. Yeah? There's no. If I sat here and told you, oh, Timmy Fury is not buff, I'd be lying to you. The guy's buff, alright. He's 100% buff. I mean, look at this one here. I mean, you get this kind of sight for it here. Is that a picture? I mean, just look. Is that full screen? Let's have a look if it's full screen. You should be able to appreciate. I mean, look at the guy. The guy looks like a little boy in that sense. And that's normally, people don't appreciate in boxing. When you're a 160-pounder, you're especially when you're lean as well. The guy looks like a little boy, look. Nothing wrong with that. That's what you're going to be. If you're a 160-pounder, you're going to look like a little boy. Yeah? Look at Timmy. Timmy buff. He big and he buff and he pumped up. And that's fine. If you're weighing in on weight, yeah, and you're a big buff burly dude, then you're a big buff burly dude. Look at the guy. You can just tell. Timmy's got the full chest. He's got the full traps. He's got the full delts. And this guy here looks like a schoolboy. Let's be real now. Timmy Fumbles didn't even bother going to the water weight. So my man here is probably cutting weight, draining water weight, doing it right. And Timmy just rocking up, looking. Honestly, Timmy looks roided out of his mind here. I'm going to be honest with you. I think Timmy been on some sort of cycle. He looks full. I mean, most people know, yeah, you don't get big traps. Unless you're just genetically a god. Most people don't get no traps until you're juicing. That's just the bottom line. Look at Timmy here. Timmy's got these big bulbous traps and this big thick neck. And we know he don't have no chin either. Yeah? Even though he's got the giga chin, he don't have no chin. His chin can't hold a shot. Yeah? Timmy's got a big useless giga chad looking ass chin that don't do nothing. Can't hold a shot. Yeah? I mean, look at the guy. I mean, look at them arms. Just look at them arms. They look pumped. They're pumped full of air, though, because you don't have no snap. Timmy Fury really is the example of... Look at this one here, look. Look at that. And yeah, it's great. Yeah, Timmy looks buff. It's great. But, look, I mean, I'm sorry. Anyone who tells me this guy ain't topping up with something. I'd be lying. If I came on here and told you, yeah, Timmy's just roiding out of his mind. And to be honest, who knows if there's any testing? It's Dubai, number one. Dubai is renowned for juice meatheads. Dubai is actually where all the bodybuilders go. All the bodybuilders, all the Mr. Olympias, they're all in Dubai right now, pumping up. Because juice there, you can get it from the local pharmacy. Look at it. Look at my man here. He looks like he's just got off a fresh cycle. Super duper fresh. He's whacked the fake tan on. And I want to show you his opponent. I mean, look at the guy here. He just looks like a small boy. And that's no disrespect. I respect the man for keeping to his morals. Most people would have checked out and said, you know what? There's 100 bags on the table. And I'm going to take it and run to the bank. But look at that. This guy, you can just tell, look at the fullness. This guy here looks like a normal man. normal pigeon chest, and you got Tommy here with his silverback action, silverback loping chest. Nah, man, that doesn't work for me. Tommy Fury was a full-fledged cruiserweight going in there, and you're trying to fight a middleweight. Nah, man, that's corny. Really corny. And I wouldn't mind, but it's time and time again. Don't forget, people, yeah, Timmy Fury was fighting Anthony Taylor not so long ago. Let's have a look at this one as well. Here we go, another one. Here's another shocker. The guy's never had a boxing fight in his life. Bear that in mind. The man, at that point, had never had a boxing fight in his life. And Timmy Fury... Look at that. The guy was tiny. The guy's about a foot smaller than Tommy. And Tommy couldn't, never mind knock him out, couldn't even put him down. Couldn't even really stumble him. Couldn't even hit him properly. And that's where this comes from. That's why you see Timmy doing what he's doing. Because he's fighting people with no experience. I'm not surprised he don't get no KOs. Look, he's slapping. That's a slap. Yeah? And John, I've got to say this. John Fury has no idea about technical boxing. Because if he did, his son, and I've got to say this, Tyson used to do this. Sugar Hill's the one who's helped him. But look, this is why John Fury doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, anyone who tells you that's how you punch, who punches like that? This to me looks like Deontay Wilder. Tommy Fury's been, and to be fair to Deontay Wilder, he gets people out there with his slaps. Timmy, he's slapping and has no power. It's like a double whammy. Who does that? Who punches with their wrist? Who does that? What's that doing? Literally, his glove is wide open. It looks like he's about to break his elbow as well. Anyway, I'm glad the fight didn't happen. Tommy, just a joke. Tommy, man, you need to take up bodybuilding, weight pumping. Honestly, your body is more designed for weight pumping. You're not a boxer. You don't have the chin for it. But I'm not a hater. Some people, yeah, will come on here and say, "Oh, Tommy is not buff." He's buff. I'm gonna lie to no one. Yeah, Tommy Fury is clearly buff. Yeah. We can all say, "Oh no, he's not buff." Oh, I'm 6'9" and I'm. Listen, on the internet, yeah, there's a lot of cappers. A lot of people will come on here. "Oh no, Tommy's not buff. I'm 6'9" and I weigh 300 pounds and I can bench." Cappers. Most people on the internet are cappers. Most people on the internet ain't buff. Even though if most people on the internet, on Twitter, "Oh, I'm buff. Tommy's not good looking. Tommy's not." I'm gonna come on here and be honest with you. Tommy's good looking and Tommy's buff. And the reason I can tell you that is because with the same breath, he can't box a lick. Do you understand what I'm saying now? The reason I'm telling you this is to say that I'm not a hater. If Tommy Fury was wicked at boxing, yeah, if Tommy Fury was a real charge, I'd come on here and tell you that. Listen, on one hand, Tommy's positives. On the other hand, Tommy's negatives. Tommy's good looking, yeah. Tommy's good looking. Tommy's buff. Negatives, he can't box a lick. He has no whiskers, yeah. And simple as that. No doubt about it. No whiskers, can't box a lick. No power either. And he's desperate to get some power. He's desperate to get a KO. And that's why he'd be doing the things he'd be doing. No doubt about it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Despicable behaviour. Please, Timmy. If you're desperate for a KO, you need to do something about it yourself. I.e., I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the answer is for being a no power having ass. Because listen, there's no doubt about it. Timmy Fumbles is a no power having ass. I've never seen a guy so buff, yeah. At least Mike Tyson was buff, but he could dig as well. He could turn shots over. Timmy, he looks blocky, doesn't he? Timmy Fury is blocky. Got this big blocky body and look, big blocky shoulders and just a big block, a big useless block, a big useless weightlifting, modelling block. You ain't a boxer. You ain't. And to tell you now, all the Fury fans out there, Jake Paul will have his way with Timmy. Properly as well. Have all the way with him. Yeah? That's just what it is. Timmy Fumbles will get got by the JP. And I'm telling YB, listen, again, is Jake Paul better looking than Timmy Fumbles? No. Is Jake Paul more buff than Timmy Fumbles? No. Will Jake Paul knock Timmy Fumbles spark out? Yes. Do you understand? YB, you're a Fury hater. I just told you. If Timmy Fumbles had a chance against Jake Paul, I'd tell you that right now. He had no chance. He has none. Jake Paul will box Timmy Fumbles' ears off for him. 100%. Anyway. Again. When Jake Paul goes in there, yeah, with people 20 years and more experience, and he goes in there against the odds. I'm not saying has Jake Paul fought the best ever boxers. Honestly, I think Jake Paul's got the best resume of all time for an amateur. I've never before seen a 2-fight, 3-fight amateur novice going in there or beating Anderson Silva. I've never seen that before. I'm welcome. You man can show me though. Show me a 4-5 fight novice, yeah. Show me a man who's had 5 fights in his whole life and he beats Anderson Silva. You show me that and we can start being disrespectful to Jake Paul. Until then, he's doing things that have never been done before. Not my opinion, just the facts. Meanwhile, Timmy Fumbles, I've been doing this for 16 generations. Yeah, my grandfather and his father before him have been bare knuckle. But yet, you're trying to go in there for some small fry, some little 160 pounder. And still, you're trying to get advantages. Sickening, man. Shocking. Yeah? If you're desperate for a KO, like I said, pick the blower up and call the YB. Because we'll get you punching correctly. None of this slapping rubbish. Slap, 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 slap. No good. Yeah, that's why you ain't KO no one. You're slapping. 100%. Anyway. Smash the like button, subscribe, and your boy will be back. No doubt about it.